that they were going to run an Alien campaign for me or an Alien one shot. I don't know who that might be.
Mm, I don't know.
Dito.
I
But
know who it isn't because
yeah, you know who
I'm
it isn't.
I'm the
Mm.
Blade Runner guy. I'm the
You're the
Blade Runner
Blade
and the
Runner
Herman of
guy.
London guy.
Have you ever played
Yeah,
Bruce? Have you ever played it? Alien?
Well, I played Alien. I was on one of the earlier videos, Chariot of the Gods. Thomas did it on his channel,
Oh, I bet
and
that
I've
was awesome.
played.
the campaign of
Played the
Alien the
Colony
Colony.
as well. Yeah, I did sometimes in the Colony. That was the pre-playtest rules for building better worlds. For some of that.
Have you run it at a
Uh,
con?
oh yeah, I've run Alien at cons. I've ran Dave's scenarios, and I tried my own. It's great for conventions. Alien is perfect for conventions.
Is it because there's a denouement, there's a finish? It has to conclude because you're
Right.
not doing a campaign?
So, for a convention game, you can easily get a beginning, middle, and end. Most people around the table will have seen at least one of the films. Because I only had somebody turned up who only saw Romulus and hadn't realized what it was like. Because I was a bit, we were young. It was just like,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
you're not the youngest person at my table. You should see the Ghostbusters. They're not even half the age of the role playing game.
Mm.
The role playing game was 1986. But
Hi,
they've come
John.
back and played them a game for 3 years in a row now. So, that's impressive. They're probably going to get there at some point. But it's a great convention game for it. I've ran two of Dave's scenarios at conventions, Elaniel Bay and Index. I think Index is better, even though you're not dealing with the xenomorph. You're dealing with another creature in the book.
Oh,
Sorry,
no,
spoiler.
don't spoil it for me. I can see Dito
Well,
thinking.
it's basically dog soldiers, but what you're dealing with,
Yeah.
you won't get it right. It is part of the Alien universe, isn't it? What makes it good at conventions is don't worry about the whole gender things that it's usually in, like Hope's Last Day or Chariot of the Gods, because they're meant to be played 1 or 2, 3 sessions. Really, they're not really supposed to be played as a one shot, but people offer them as one shots. The agendas kind of just give you a reason that you like this person, you hate this person. And the players at the table, once they kind of know from a bullet point perspective, will bring that to the table. Like, I don't like this person, or I want this person to survive, or I'm going to manipulate this other person. And they'll play that because that's what makes an alien game great is the player versus player element. And it takes a bit of the weight off the GM to run it. That's what I find.
How long does it
There are
usually?
some other things you do, yeah.
How long is a session for? Is it like 3 hours or 4 hours? 4.
It depends on what time slot. I would say, well, remember you might have a 4 hour slot, but you really got to knock off. I would say 30
Mm.
minutes for 4 hours, or 20 minutes, or 15 minutes. Because by the time you get people at the table, by the time you sit and explain stuff, you will lose that time. Once you're starting getting them to they've read the characters and doing their adventures, that's them moving on. And that's what you want. You want them to be doing that at convention. That's just my rule on the general convention side.
Hi, John.
Yeah.
By the
Hey.
way, you can hear us.
Yep, and you
Cool.
can hear me, I hope.
Yeah, we can hear
Yeah.
you. Dito, have you run Alien at conventions?
Convention, no, but I've run it couple of times online, and I ran Hopeless Day twice in a small con, or let's say in face to face. I ran Chariot of the Gods. One session was face to face, and two sessions online. Alien Dead Sea, I ran it face to face as well. And I was hoping if I go into UK Game Expo this year that I will run Alien Dead Sea. It's a very short scenario, and it's
Is
a
that
good
the
one. That
official?
no, Dead Sea. What do you mean by official?
As
If
in free leagues?
No. It's not Free Leagues. It's not from Free League. It's someone called I forgot his name. Actually, Dave has run it in Victory Condition Gaming, the Dogs channel.
oh, Doug's channel, Victory Condition Games.
Yeah,
Oh yes, this is
Aguila. His name is something Aguila.
yes,
Oh, okay.
Alex
yes.
Aguila.
It's supposed to be a good one. Yeah, that's another one I
Mhm.
might actually put on a list.
I just opened up the Alien starter set, and now I realize that Chariots of the
Of the
Gods
guy.
is
Yeah, Charity of the
actually
Gods is in there.
Yeah.
is in there. Whatever. John, have you ever played Alien?
Only by my own design. For a long time ago, we played Alien with can't remember what rules it was. I think it was my own made up stuff,
That's awesome.
but never Free League. I've had it since they published it, and we had talked a bit about it in our game group. I was like, we must play it. Yeah, we just a one shot or just a short, but
It's
never had the
Dito's.
time.
It's Dito's fault,
Yeah.
right? We all talk
So
about it.
yeah,
This
yeah.
is why I sold.
If you
This is
haven't,
why I sold my
Yeah.
books. It's all
yeah,
Dito's fault.
if you the one in the core book Hopeless Day, it's nice. It's reminiscent of the movie. If you want got the feel of the movie, Dead Sea is it's a different one. It's quite good. I really like this scenario. So
So,
if
So,
you which one do you want me to run it for you?
well, hold on. Well, what's the
Mhm.
big
because it's the
what's the big difference between the old Alien and the beta rules? Because you guys have been looking through it a bit today. So,
I've been flicking through. I think they've
Mm.
changed the panic a bit, I've noticed. And
Yeah.
the life path thing was a bit. I came up with something. I played around with the life path thing. That's new. They've given
yeah,
a few solo rules, but
it's on
I've
page
not had a chance to read the war game
280
ones.
282, I think it is, in
I
the
can,
life
But can you
paths.
die in character creation now?
no,
That's
it's
the,
it's
Well,
it's
that
not
counts out
Mothership.
Andy. Andy won't be playing.
They change a couple of things that I've noticed. Like Bruce said, that the panics mechanics they've changed it a little bit. The a new attribute or something, the
yeah.
resolve
Yeah, I've
attribute.
not looked at what resolve. Is that just a stat or something you get, or
Yeah, it's a derived stat. It's your wits plus
because resolve
uh,
means something else in Blade Runner? It's kind of just basically
Yeah.
like your mental
uh,
health, basically.
your resolve is your wits attribute plus your empathy divided by 2.
It's on
This is
page
your resolve.
26.
Yeah.
To keep your nerves in check, you need resolve. A numerical
Mm.
rating equal to your wits plus empathy scores divided by 2, rounding up. Your resolve can be increased by hardened talent, and you can use your resolve score to resist stress and panic.
Because
Um,
this is a completely new attribute. It's not in the previous one.
oh, okay.
It's a
Uh,
derived attribute, yeah.
yeah. And the previous one, once you roll a stress on your stress die, you need to roll the panic table. Now there is 2 panic tables, one for stress and one for panic. What I understood that this there is the small one. If you roll a one on the stress dice, you roll on this mini table from 1 to 9. But you need, of course, to deduct first the resolve in order to check your stress level. And for the panic, that was confusing a little bit, but because panic's more situational, it's not a
Yeah.
If either of you wanna, anybody can pop up their copy. So if
Share.
you wanna
Okay, let me
pop it
share.
up and
You got your
kind of lead us through it, sure. Just obviously we don't want to show everybody everything, but
Can you see my share screen now?
Yep.
We can.
I'll have to expand this.
good old player versus player.
Look at that. It's nuts.
Okay, so let me get this stress. What is this stress? This is resolve. What is the...
Must say I much prefer the light backgrounds in the book.
Absolutely.
It's reminiscent of one of the Blueprint technical, because it looks like it's taken the same imagery as well from it, because it's the same sort of paper style. I tell you what else I like when I was flicking through it, the little charts they've got that guide you with flow charts for combat.
Oh yeah, it's very good.
Yeah,
I
so
enjoyed it.
that's really, really good. Because when I'm
Let
looking
me
at
get
that,
it.
I'm going, right, you've got this, and then you forget something because it's in a paragraph.
Yeah, let me get it.
Now, I've noticed they shrunk a couple of my pictures that I quite like.
Yes. Oops.
Yeah, close combat
Yeah.
one's quite good.
Yeah. First, you state what weapon you will use in a close combat,
Harsh
and
language.
yeah, because there is two action that you have: quick action and fast action. Either you can select two fast action and one quick and one fast. Sorry, slow action, I mean. So slow action is probably anything that requires a skill roll. It's like a reaction. So you state your target decides to defend or not. Target defends, opposed roll. Yeah, this one is very, very nice. Yeah, this flow chart.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's it's really handy because most of the time you're trying to flick through. And I see one of the things we're going to is with the starter set is going to be another. They love their little dials. They've gone in with the dials, so they've got the supply dial coming up.
Yeah.
Isn't that from? Didn't they start that with
Walking Dead started
Walking
off
Dead?
with the
Yeah,
threat,
yeah.
and
Yes.
then we're getting another one in Replicant Rebellion. I must confess, though, when they were initially coming through, I thought they might do one like a threat matrix for doing something with stealth. Because when you don't know what your threat is, or you're making a noise and you're supposed to be going around the quiet thing, what the threat becomes.
I just found tons of dice inside my starter set. There's
Nice.
there's the dial
Yeah.
from. So the threat meter goes up to 6. So you could easily do it with a dice. I guess it's not as fancy.
Nah, it's more fun with a
Mm.
dial. Something about the dial that adds the threat meter or your supply rating.
Yes. So this is a new stress mechanic.
And that's brand new.
This one is brand new, that you add you roll a 2d6 plus the stress level minus the results. This is a completely brand new. This is the same old mechanics. When you roll one on the stress dice, on a skill roll, we earlier we roll was it 1d6 or 2d6? I can't remember now.
It
1d6
was
was
1d6
1d6
plus
your stress.
plus your current stress, and if it was 7 or
Mm.
more, it
Yeah.
did these little effects. They've changed that now.
Yeah. Now you roll 2d6 plus your stress level, and you subtract your resolve. I don't know if the resolve is like hope, it decreases, or I guess there will be a constant attribute. I guess it'll be a constant attribute by the look of it.
Yeah.
So this is the new table for the stress response.
Lose an item, mess up.
Mm.
I love
Mm.
that.
That's I mean, they're still the same things.
Sorry?
Except you don't go crazy and kill everybody. I think they're trying to cut back the kill crazy. You go in the homicidal rage, you run and hide, and I think it robbed the player
They
character of doing something, because it's like, well, apparently the only thing is I do this stupid action.
Yeah,
I mean, I do
because
know that I had somebody who came for the Call of Cthulhu con game and went, I don't really see the point of this panic and distress.
but it's in the panic table. There is
Yeah.
I don't know if they have, this is a panic table. Panic table is more situational. Because stress, we roll on the stress table. If you get a 1 on your stress dice, panic roll, it's situational.
Situational.
No, that part I really don't much understand.
I think the idea is to trigger the horror rather than you roll the luck thing and luck out. I think the idea is it's like the scene, and it's supposed to be you see this black 8-foot demon-like creature that you've never seen before, and it's grilling, and you just feel threatened by it, or your mate or somebody's gone down from it. That's quite shocking. It's supposed to react to shock and see if you can keep your cool in a stressful situation. Or
Because the stress table and let's call it the stress response and panic response are very, very, very similar in the first couple of from 1 to 9. They are very, very similar. The panic has more more entry in it than the stress response. And I guess they canceled the rule that if you roll above a certain number, your action failed. I cannot see this rule. Because in the old rule, if you rolled, like for example, above 9, for example, in the
Yeah.
old rule, you failed your action, even if you succeeded, you have failed. As far I can remember the old rules, but in this one, I haven't read it yet.
What are these things underneath panic roll on the other page on 72 that talk about panic cards?
that's
This is
I hope last day they're in the store. I haven't had a look at them, but feel like you would get a set. What I'm hoping there are is something you can just hand over the table and go, you've got the screams, this is what it is, or you've got this because you're in this situation.
As
The set
kind
is
of like a
custom.
reminder.
Yeah, yeah. It's like that, which is quite good because I remember running Dave's Elaniel Bay. I'm hoping they do it with the conditions, with exhausted and starving and that, because in that situation you start off with all these conditions and you need to kind of resolve them before you start investigating. And that is kind of the idea. It's try and encourage you. You need to really be doing this before you start doing anything else. Otherwise, you're going to be penalized throughout this adventure.
Do you
And you
want
don't
to try
don't want that.
and roll for a new character, or do you want to check something else?
Well, let's look around a little bit, and then maybe we can roll up a character
Yeah.
at
Uh,
I was going to say 5, but for you guys, I don't know what 5 is. In a half an hour.
what they changed also, they changed the stealth rules.
Yeah. Because I think a lot of people didn't like the original setup. I don't think
S-
anybody really used the stealth rules.
So
Yeah,
I've never used them.
what was
same here.
like could in the old rules could stealth actually work against a xenomorph?
So the idea is it's passive versus active.
Mm.
Passive was supposed to be you're walking around and not disturbing. And you're supposed to make these secret roles as a game mother.
Yeah.
But the the thing was it was a little bit fiddly because you're trying to say, well, okay, is the facehugger picked up on the room? Is it stalking them? Can I get the ambush? And I don't think it was ever. I don't think I've ever heard anybody use them. In fact, you're talking about playing in somebody's game of Alien. Darren Sims, a guy who runs Alien at conventions, I was in one of his, which was roughly using a bit of the theme of Outland, and
Yeah, great
I
movie.
don't think he used them either.
Mm.
So these are improvements.
I cannot
Is
see.
it says active and passive at the bottom of page 55, but is it are you going against uh are you going against another role? Is it opposed roles or
Yeah,
It's an opposed role now.
okay.
yeah,
It's but they in the earlier rules, it was your mobility against their observation. Now it's completely observation. There's no mobility part on it.
Oh, okay.
So you're both rolling observation. Whoever get more successes succeed. If it's in a tie, you see each other. So it's probably failed for
yeah.
the.
Conflict happens in a
Mm,
tie, but if somebody wins, they can set up an ambush. So
mm,
that's where your alien is hanging off the top of the chains while you're walking around oblivious because it's blended into the dark
mm,
background.
So
And I
it
do like the other thing, the zone's cluttered and open. You can't hide in an open zone. There's
mm,
like nowhere to hide, is basically.
it just makes sense.
In a cluttered, you can hide.
mm.
So it's much simpler.
I think I wouldn't say simpler. I think it's better explained
Okay.
and clearer. Look at that chart
Mm.
again, the stealth
Mm,
sequence. I can follow that.
yeah.
I can follow up that in a click because I need to go right.
Oh,
I need to know what this is. That flowchart tells me.
let me get the stealth mode in the earlier version. It was first your mobility against their observation, but it was this was the only rule for it in the stealth mode. It was very short.
bland,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Oh,
Mm.
wow. Okay.
But people never used it.
Mm.
I get what they were trying to do, but I don't think anybody really ever used it.
Same as space combat. I haven't seen anyone use space combat in Alien.
Yeah, it's another odd thing because space combat isn't really an alien thing.
Mm.
And I know Dave and Matt talked about it because really your spaceships are either that's where the xenomorph's chasing you or this drama happens, or they're just to get you to where you need to be. I'm not sure about the whole space combat thing in
I'm
Alien.
so okay. I'm trying to think back to all of the movies. I haven't watched any TV series. I don't even know if there is. But
There isn't
uh
any
Not yet.
TV. There's
oh, okay.
books. There's
Okay,
novels and
so
comics.
is the are there any space combats? I
No.
can't
No,
remember any.
no.
I mean, I
In the books, they
remember that
try and do a couple of things.
the aliens are outside or inside the ship or outside the ship, but
I think
Yeah.
the in Aliens the ship is armed, I think, with some kind of cannons. So also the big ship. What's it called? I can't remember.
The
The Sulaco.
Constantine,
So
yeah, USS Seleco. That's
Sulaco.
because there's also technically really what's happening is the Cold War is
Yeah.
happening in space because that's what the
Mm.
UPP is.
I don't know if
But
any of the games as well.
yeah, I'm trying to think
Resur
any of the spin-off stuff.
Resurrection. That the Betty had any space combat with the Betty?
No, the Betty never really had
No.
anything. It was all yes, you're in a military place,
yes. Yeah.
but
Because
there
there's
was
certain
no ship to ship or the ship is
Mm.
escaping. We need to chase it down and blow it up.
I
Okay.
mean the ship's certain
The only yeah,
No, I was just gonna say that the ships that I saw when I was flipping through have weapons.
oh yeah,
Like they certainly show weapons. And that makes sense, but I don't know if you'd ever get into that type of situation because it changes it to for me into the realm of Coriolis or something else rather than
Well,
Alien.
to be honest, I don't find where it comes from because you're piloting for a ship. That's what they're going to do is to make sure you land the ship coming down on ground. You're making sure you take off. You make sure you don't hit the asteroid bits. I mean, it's more about piloting the ship in the situation. Navigating is mostly where you want to get into a situation with the ship. You want to make sure you're in a good spot. Again, Comtech is you just want to make sure your ET phone home, basically.
Yeah.
Uh, I mean, they've got a nice little picture there,
That's an awesome picture.
but again, where it goes, and you look at the ships, they're big. The
Yeah.
ships are massive.
Yeah.
The ship combat isn't going to be anything. It's going to be slow because a lot of time passes by. You're not
Command,
going to have
sensor,
like full
movement,
fast forward
attack,
attacks.
engineering. Yeah.
It's going to be pretty much watching naval ships or maneuvers
Yeah.
in space. That's what it's
Yeah.
going to be. And I
This
think
isn't
that's what
your
space combat is
fighters.
supposed to be.
Yeah, you're not
Yeah,
flying around in little fighters and
no,
doing quick
no. It's
maneuvers.
not like so yeah, it's a good example. Star Wars. Take Star Wars as an example. You've got two types of class of ships. You've got your little fighters, which we all would love to jump in the cockpit and fly around because
Mm.
we all played X-Wing or something on the computer. Whereas look at your Star Destroyers and your big Moncal ships, you wouldn't really get that in a role-playing game because you're on a bridge, you're on there. What is it that you're doing with that? I mean, they're there, the rules, but I'm looking at it going, what is it you're doing? The colonial? Because even in Colonial Marines, you didn't do a lot of that. I mean, if a Colonial Marine shape came up to your little space tramp fleet because they think you're infected or they're helping to cover up, you're basically dead.
Yeah. Dido, do
This is
you?
something else in you. Sorry, I was going to point out because I was on the
Yeah, go on.
page.
Yeah, yeah.
And the little dots next to the titles, and it's also in the chapter, is quite good because it's like this is the next phase you move
Mm.
to. I noticed that. That was quite an interesting little.
I like that because it helps you visually move along pretty quickly.
Yeah,
Is
it's a
there?
good visual technique. The accessibility on this print, this is what I'm thinking about it for it, is a lot better than the original.
Oh,
It's easier on the eye and it's easier to follow.
it's probably cheaper to print, to be perfectly honest.
Well, definitely cheaper to print if you're printing off your phone.
Yeah,
I don't
true.
know actually because it's still got
I mean, they've got the color images, but I would imagine all
it's
that
still the
will.
color images. Even the background's still a wee bit off
Yeah,
white.
yeah, it's off white, but it is definitely clear. Dito, just before this page, is there like an explanation as to how you'd get into a combat?
Hmm.
Oh, okay. Short and brutal, it says. So obviously it's supposed to be
Yeah.
short. Fleets. Yeah, so as you said, Bruce, it's more like naval combat.
And I'm wondering because you haven't read the books or
No.
anything. Now, the one book they recommend in this is Alien Cold Forge. Sorry, they recommend two books, which is actually quite a good story. It basically features on a colony, and they've got this dish, and obviously, surprise, surprise, what happens? It's quite a good one from it. But the other one, I think actually, is it Cold Forge or is it the one with the? There's two that I quite like in there. But there's also Bug Hunt, which is a series of short stories, which have good ideas and tell you a wee bit more. Mostly they're kind of more fixated on aliens and give us a snippet of some of the background characters. So a little bit like Bishop
Hmm.
has a little story, and before he joins up with the Seleco Marines. But apparently they've done a whole story about Bishop and under the Aliens brand, which is not considered part of the Alien brand because that's the branding again coming into effect, which is a bit odd. But yeah, I quite like that one. But they did a trilogy of books where each of the books had an adventure at the end of them, the role playing
Oh,
game
okay.
that Andrew Gasco did. Um, yeah, they're not the greatest. The first one was basically a guy's Brexit rant. That was really what it is. And it was all over the place, to be honest. It was a right mess. But they tried to do sort of like a standoff in the ship combat in that because the ship split away from the Three World Empire and form up their own world. And they try and take this colony. But to me, there was quite a lot of mess because I was looking at stuff going, but I'm pretty sure you wouldn't have found out this quick that this planet is now free because you find out pretty much in this timeline. It was a bit of a mess. But at the end of it, they're supposed to have this sort of standoff between another ship and they get into it. But
I
there is a thing in the other couple of books. One of the things I quite like is there is a lot of the spoiler, but
Spoiler, spoiler.
The UPP, the United Americas, and a few of the other places, the minorities, help form up a special unit that go out and try and chase down the xenomorph threat and help the colonies, and they don't trust Weyland Yutani. So it's like this unit's out there trying to stop it all from it. So it's another one that's quite curious. But yeah, it's to me, it's not a thing. I can only really, I'm just trying to work out. The only thing I think of is I'm still struggling to get to what is that they're trying to do with ship combat and Alien.
Yeah. I mean, they've
Are you trying
got
to
it.
chase somebody? You're trying to stop somebody, and this is the bit where I go. It's not really what Alien is. It's like when they did the HMS Yamato.
Hmm.
It was like they did this, but you look at it going, but what is it you're going to do this with?
Yeah.
So yeah,
I mean, I'm looking at Gasca and Dave's Building Better Worlds, and on page 75, you can see that they've got, the different class ships, and then you go to page, I guess, 77, because 76 is colony ships, but you do have armaments. So the class J is 2 size 2s, 3 size 1s. The U class is 3 size 3s, 6 size 2s. And then the X class is 5 size 3s and 10 size
yeah.
1s. So they obviously, even in Building Better Worlds, had that idea of some sort of combat. It's nice to have the
Well,
option, I guess.
colony ships still feature from the film, so that's the
Yeah.
thing.
Oh, yeah, yeah. But I agree with you that I don't think that, if anything, I think that there's a ramming rule in the new rules, and I can see myself, enjoying the like ramming into another ship, and then, you know, catching the aliens by entering into another ship. Um, but uh, yeah. Yeah, so you're looking up ramming. That's awesome.
Well, that's more ramming vehicles. That to me is more
Yeah.
like I'm in the family that big tractor. I'm going to ram that into your other tractor because you're trying to do something. I think that is quite a cool idea
Robot
because
Wars.
electric sheep.
Yeah. So what else is there that's new and exciting, Dito? What what what
I
what
haven't.
did you look at that really you went, "Wow, this is awesome."
I like the life path. The stealth, I it was okay, but still I haven't read something that really blew my mind. But
The life path is
I
kind of
the life path, I always like the good life path character creation.
mm. Is there a difference between, before we look at that, is there a difference between the the characters that you could create in old Alien and the characters that you create
Same,
in they're the same?
same same archetypes. Yeah.
And so it's just a mechanical difference in terms of the building them out?
Uh,
I
it's
guess
the
there
same as
isn't,
well.
because it probably is exactly the same.
I think you get a different background rather than a quick vanilla same, but
Mm.
same sort of thing. Because you look
Well,
at the
isn't that
Colonial Marine, you're kind of more driven by what your personal agenda is,
Mm,
and you get
yeah,
three
okay, I see that.
options.
Yeah.
Mm.
Whereas if you go to LifePath, which we will get to,
Mm,
you build up a backstory. And it's the same with the rest. It's like, yeah, you've got this is what it is, but the backstory can kind of take control on what makes your character that thing.
Well, we don't want to show everything, but why don't we go over to the life path? Because that may be pretty, that seems to be the coolest. John, did you get a chance to look at it?
Look at what?
Oh, at the PDF.
No, I haven't looked at it.
Ooh, spoilers.
I didn't back it really, so
Oh, well, so this is our opportunity to convince you.
yeah.
Spend money you shouldn't be spending.
There is solo rules, but I haven't
Oh,
looked at
there's
it.
solo rules in it.
Yeah, don't think
Oh,
there was.
wow.
I don't get the solo thing, but people wanted solo rules, so fair enough. It seems to be a thing. It seems to be like we've got solo rule, so we'll give you solo rules. I'm going to switch on the light just very quickly.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, it's keeping Sean Tompkin, Matt Click, and Tana Pigeon in business.
I guess
They are
Sean Tompkin has already did The Walking Dead or Vason.
everything. He
Okay.
and Tana.
No, you're wrong. Everything's Gasca.
Oh yeah, that's right. But we love Andrew. We love Andrew. So let's not diss Andrew. Yeah. And I must say that Ironsworn blew me away, and probably is one of the reasons why I actually started doing the channel, is because I was, first of all, the rules were free for Ironsworn, and they were very evocative and wonderful. And I think as he went to Delve, and then he's done Starforged and the pirate stuff, it's, he's become much more popular in that solo scene. And so every game now that seems to be getting developed is looking toward that. And Tana Pigeon is the one who does Mythic. And so the Mythic game engine, and I've got the old version somewhere here, but she's also absolutely awesome. I don't know where it is, but it's here in the background. So those are the two, or the three, because Matt Click is Sean's son, and they do they've been employed a lot. So here we have the life path and not the solo. So so you just choose whether or not you can roll.
You can roll 2d6.
Oh,
to
well,
find out.
well,
it's 11 or 12, then you're an
You're
android,
great.
and you're not so
I
secret about
am
it.
packed with dice. So if anybody has dice,
Yeah.
let's see if we can, if anybody has a character sheet or scratch pad.
Well, not
or
quite a
something.
character sheet, but I've got a blank thing.
Yeah, I got, look at
And
that.
I've got my thing at the bottom, so
I have the old character sheet.
Follow along, kids. I need a pencil. Okay, here we no, I can't use a pen. If I use a pen, I'll go to TRPG hell. All right. So I'm gonna roll 2d6 and see.
Me too.
All right, I've got 7, so I'm a human.
8, I mean human.
Where do you mark that?
Human.
Where do you mark that down on the character sheet?
I think you're supposed to kind of more right at the top.
Just at the top, I'm a human. The kids at
Humans
schools.
start.
No, go on.
Humans start with a base score of 2 in each attribute. Androids start with a strength of 4, agility 2, wits 4, and empathy 1.
Okay, so we all get a 2 in. So humans get a 2 in strength, wits, and empathy.
Yeah,
automatically. Cool.
Humans start with base score 2 in each attribute.
All right. Awesome.
Okay, because I guess when I created my character, I did something wrong. Okay. By the end of the life path, a human PC must have a score of at least 1 in every attribute and cannot have any score greater than 5.
One single score greater than 5, right? Or is
Any
it any?
score greater than
Yeah, because you're randomizing.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
All right.
An Android PC must have at least 2 in every attribute except empathy, which can be 1, while the trends and wits can have a maximum score of 7, agility 5, and empathy
Oh.
4.
Oh,
Hmm.
okay. That's pretty cool.
Skill level can never exceed 5 for any PC. If the render life path roll results in an attribute score or skill outside of the allowed range, re-roll and choose another result.
Hmm.
So, roll your origin first and gain 3 points in random general skills.
All
If
right.
you want to roll,
Okay, I'm just gonna.
the random
I'm.
general, this is for the if you're gonna go random, this is for the random general skills.
Okay, so what's the one before on the page before that? Oh, so
Your
origins. So
origin.
okay, so we can roll on this, right?
Yeah.
All right. So, 8. So United Americas.
Me too.
Yeah, got you a.
I don't know where
Three
that
five.
goes.
Three word. It doesn't goes in the old character sheet.
Okay. So I'm
Hold
gonna
on.
mark down United Americas.
I am a 3-word empire.
Okay.
I rolled Wheel and Yutani, but my computer auto-corrected it to weekend Yutani. So
Okay, so I rolled this.
That must be a
I rolled a
section model you've got.
6. Yeah, I rolled a 6. So I'm a minor corporation.
Yeah, same here. I'm a minor corporation, and my home is the frontier.
We're all rolling the same thing. This is pretty darn boring. Okay, 4.
Well,
Oh my
I got,
gosh, Frontier!
Outer Vale, yeah.
We're all from the same hometown. How weird is that we're all the same? Well, I guess United Americas, it's geared toward that because you are rolling a 2d6. So, except for Dido, who's 3 world empires, good for you. All right.
Then you gain 2 attribute points. Gain 3 points in a random general skill.
Okay, so a random general skill. Okay, so my
D66.
yellow is going to be my first number. 32. Piloting.
32 as well. 32 as well.
I'm rolling again. Okay, 65.
Okay, so piloting for me.
I'm a medical aid. General skills.
Piloting.
I don't know
And
where
the
any
other
of these
one-
go. I'm trying to figure out where to put it on my
No.
on my character
you'll
sheet.
You'll find your character sheets. It's under your attribute. Yeah, are you using the new character sheet or the old one?
Oh, yeah, I have the. Okay, so how much do I mark down in medical aid? 2?
No, one for
1.
each one. Because here it said roll for your origin and gain 3 points in a random
Yeah,
general
I would
skill.
say, given the way that's written, you roll it 3 times.
Yeah, exactly, 3 times. And my last one.
So I have to roll general skills 3 times.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You
So
can
I
get the
had
same one.
Okay, so I had piloting.
Mm.
And then my last one is 41, whatever that is.
41 is 41 is contact.
Okay.
I have survival, contact, and piloting, so we're quite alike.
Yes, we're from the same place. We must be in
I
competition with each other or something.
I got survival, command, and piloting.
Bruce, what are you?
So I'm a troublemaker in my early life from the United Americas, who was in the company because I've jumped ahead with the early life.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
so
Jumped
yeah,
ahead with it, and so in the company of my lover or slash ex-lover, and I've just got an experience, a stroke of luck that made my life easy.
okay. So you
Boosted
can
my
roll for your
prospects.
early life now.
All right. Early life now. 56.
I'm a conf
Wildcat.
I'm a prisoner convict of a prison ward or prison warden. Okay, I guess will be a prisoner. So add the attribute that is shown
Oh, okay.
here.
Okay. I see. Oh, that's awesome. I like that. Okay,
So
so that's
Mhm.
3 and what did I get? I got a 56. Okay, one more.
In the company of
pardon me.
desperate or ill people.
Okay, so early life 56.
So do I roll once for every column, or is it?
Yeah, one for every column. Yeah.
Yeah. So
And I was a test subject. Okay, that's very, very fitting. I was a prisoner convict, and I was sentenced to as a test subject.
I
Okay,
see.
plus
Oh, I got a
one
56 again.
mobility, one tech.
Okay, so a super wealthy
18.
benefactor.
Okay, some of you will have the something called psych evaluation. It's either positive or negative roll. So mark this because
That'll
we will
happen
use
at
it
the
at the
end.
end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, wait. Okay, so and my experience is 44. 44. What is that? Isolation on an abandoned colony. Oh, unspeakable things. Okay, so close combat and comtech. Close combat and comtech. Oh, this is very cool. I like this. I like the way I like the way it's working. Okay, so life events. 22.
Okay,
So
so
I
I'll show
committed a
you my
crime.
life event. I killed someone, or through an
mm,
action let them die. It's heavy on my conscience.
It would be.
mm,
Okay,
I
so
earned enough credit to escape the colony where I work until they doubled the quota. My hatred for my oppressors burns fiercely.
these are all very serious.
I'm a bit worried because when I did the general skills after that, I got range combat. So I wonder how they died.
It's pretty obvious.
Yep, because it was the heavy machinery before the first action.
Yeah. And after the live event, 2 points in a random general skill.
Yeah.
After you add the attribute, you add 2 points in a random general skills as well.
Well, you roll twice because I think it's supposed to
Mm.
be.
Okay, so you roll again randomly on the general skill. Is that on the next page or?
Yeah. After you add your attribute,
Yeah,
you get your life event, you
yeah.
add your attribute to the attribute, then
Done.
twice to get the random
Okay, so
general skills.
okay, so uh That's 62. So that's manipulation. And, oh, 66. Medical aid. Wow. I'm pretty good at medical. All right. How are you doing there, John?
I'm doing fine.
What are you? What's your life event?
Abandoned and left to die. Now I trust no one.
Don't forget if you have a minus or plus on your psychic evaluation.
Yeah.
Okay, where's that psychic evaluation? Does it
It's
just come up?
the last. Yeah, it's the
That's
last thing that you
yeah,
will do.
we still got to do a career in that. There's a bit to go with this
Oh, okay.
because
Okay,
you've got
after
to get a job
Mm,
before you get psych
yeah.
evalved.
Okay, next gain 2 attributes of your choice and then apply for your first career. So 2 points on any attribute that you wish. Then you will apply on any of those career. To fit into this career, you need to make a skill roll related to this career. Choose any of these 3. If you get any successes, you join as a recruit. If you have multiple, you you roll something. Sorry. Next, gain 2 points of attributes of your choice and then apply for your first career. The table on this page
Whatever. Yeah.
list the minimum attribute scores for each career. To apply, make a skill
skill
test against
test.
one of the skills listed for the career. The rules cannot be pushed. If unsuccessful, you are rejected and must apply of a different career. However, you may pull a fast one. If you roll 1 success, you joined as a standard recruit. If you roll 2 or more, someone has noted your potential and gain a favor. Make a roll on the favor table.
Okay.
So first you need to add 2 points into the attributes.
Right. So,
Okay, it's of your
this is quite
choice.
funny. I decided to go with Colonial Marshal, given my bad boy attitude.
Mm.
I got 2
Okay.
successes.
Nice.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I killed
So,
someone through an action, feel bad about it. Hey, I'm a cop now. That's
that's so
sure
fitting
what to
for
say
you.
about
So, how Blade Runner is that? Okay. So,
It
And
wasn't
you
a
have to pass
headshot.
the requirement. And you have to pass
Yeah.
the requirements first.
yeah,
Yeah.
you had the eye scan, right? All right, so
Mm.
let's see. I need to place 2 points.
Yes, in any of the attributes.
All right.
Or if you want to play as a kid, this is something else. There is no requirement to play as a kid.
All right. I'm gonna put it into empathy.
Yeah, I
All
will
right.
try to join the Colonial Marshal.
I got a pilot.
Failed.
Okay.
Failed.
So, okay, so you're going to pilot.
Success.
Okay, wits and empathy.
So I got 1 success. I'm a Colonial Marshal.
Oh, everybody's going for Colonial Marshal. Okay, so hold on. So I need empathy. Empathy. Um, okay, so I want to go for an I think I want to go for maybe a scientist. Okay,
So you
so
have 3 skills to choose from. Either your contact, your observation, and your survival. So you add the dices together.
okay, so I'm going to
If you
roll 6 because I've got 4 wits and 2 comtech.
so
All right.
This is an
yes.
interesting thing I noticed. You might have something that your random skills give you something different, but you don't
Mm.
have the base requirements. to enter. So do you roll 0 for your skill?
I don't
You
know.
got no skill points. That's
Yeah.
Okay,
If you don't
I
have the 0, yeah. If you
yeah.
don't have close combat, for example, I have 0 close combat and 5 strengths. So I roll the 5 strengths and 0 in the close combat. So yeah, the total.
Yeah, you still do. It's a bit of an odd one, but still.
okay, so I rolled Comtech for
Hmm.
scientist, and I rolled 4 dice or 6 dice,
Hmm.
and I got no successes.
So
So
you're rejected. You cannot join as a scientist. You have to
I
search for another career.
I am a rejected scientist. That's
Scientist.
awesome. Okay, so a
Hmm.
rejected scientist. So now do I just roll again on something else in the same table?
But not scientist. You have to roll
No,
for
yeah,
something else.
anything but
Yeah, they
scientist.
don't want any of your
Yeah.
aromatherapy.
Hmm.
Well, if they're not going to take me as a scientist, that's obviously a problem of the officers. And so I'm going to become an officer, and I'm going to do manipulation. Oh, wait, maybe I can't. Oh, no, I've got empathy 4. All right. Oh, for fuck's sake.
You're
Sorry.
rejected as well?
I'm rejected as well.
Well,
Yeah.
but this is basically Traveler.
This is Traveler. When
you,
do I
you can
die?
technically lose a character gen in this.
Can you? When do I die? Okay, so maybe okay, I don't have enough in strength to become a roughneck. Oh, I could become a marshal. That's just a cop, right?
So
Mhm.
there is you can pull a fast one if your PC does something. If you fail an application,
Mm.
you can pull a fast one.
How's that?
Your previously unsuccessful counts as one success you're in, but there's a dangerous secret that hangs over you, or you owe somebody a big favor. It's basically you. You're a scientist, but someone lied. You lied on your exams to get in, or
Which is
you
Yeah,
really
your
interesting.
degrees are like an offshore.
I committed a crime and I'm in debt. That was on page 265. I got a 22 on that roll. That's a life event. And so that would make sense that I'm a scientist, but that I owe somebody big time.
yes, you can join the rank of scientist, but as a role play,
Breaking Bad.
somebody owes you. You owe someone. I mean.
Yeah, I owe someone. And basically, I'm a really bad, like I'm a corrupt scientist.
It depends. This is another. There is the career terms that
Oh, okay.
Well,
All
yeah,
right.
your
will
career terms
show.
will determine.
Mm. So
So
what?
does skill 1, 2, and 3, none of them go up,
No,
Do you,
nothing
right?
goes up.
Okay.
you
Nothing goes
roll
up.
twice on the table for career skills? Is this the same table? Like skill 1 is 1 on a D3?
You
So
mean you're hired?
yes, yeah. So when you roll D3, skill 1 gives you that, skill 2 gives you
Uh,
that, skill 3 does that.
Okay.
So if you are in Colonial Marine, for
Oh,
example, you rolled 1 or 2, you get close combat, and then you rolled 5 and 6, you get the range combat.
Okay.
okay.
Okay. Okay. Didn't
6.
understand this one.
6, so I get
So
survival.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense now.
I
Manipulation.
John?
I raised all skills but piloting as a pilot.
Oh, no. Okay, so I'm not understanding this with careers and career skills. So when I'm hired, you roll twice
D3 on the
D3.
table for career skills.
So the bit where it's at the
Mhm.
bottom, just highlight one roll from
Yeah, and I got
scientist one will probably be there.
a 6.
So that
So,
will be a survival.
yeah. And
Then
so
you
then
roll
I
another
just
D3 again. Yeah.
okay. I got a 1,
Comtech.
Oh, I get it. Okay. Comtech, so
I
that's
think there's some
3.
clarity needed on this chart again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then I got a 3. It is a little like it's not intuitive. So I got a 3, so that means that I go up for observation.
3 observation, but you roll it twice only.
Oh, you only roll it twice. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, that's just my stupid brain, not the. And then roll for
Now
your
for that,
paycheck.
first your gear table. The gear table. There's another one. You were.
Oh, I was
Yes.
a scientist, yeah.
So this is the career gear table. D6.
4. So personal
6
data.
and system diagnostic device. For you, John.
Pilot.
Pilot.
Pilote. I rolled a 1. Service pistol.
M4A3 service pistol. And for you, Bruce?
I've got the sheet up, so I'm playing
Yeah.
the Colonial Marshal as well. I'm probably jumping ahead of people, so
That's okay.
Okay.
You're
I
learning
got
faster.
a stun baton.
So when we've done the life path, we don't go, other than the gear and appearance maybe in the name, we don't go back to roll on the talent, do we?
there will be a talent in there,
yeah.
and
Okay.
the career bit, but that's under the career terms.
Career terms.
Okay.
Then now we will go to the career terms. You must serve at least 1 term in your career, but may choose to serve up to 3, with the exception of the kid career, which only serves as 1. So what did you do during this term? Roll a d6 on the relevant table, this one, to see how they did in your career.
6. So field researcher.
6. Roving marshal. You go where the big crimes are. Make a bonus career gear roll. Okay.
Yeah, I was
For
the
you,
big colony beat.
For your John?
I got military pilot. Flying dropships. Make a bonus career gear roll.
Okay, so we make
Dropping
another.
nukes.
Okay, so
Only way to be sure.
Yeah, if you want to roll another.
Yeah, I rolled a 6. Compression suit.
And suit. IRC MK50 compression suit. For you, Douglas?
Okay, so I
What
need
did you
to
roll?
do an extra gear roll.
Gear roll as well? Okay.
Yeah. I got a 5. So
Motion
I
tracker.
have an
Ooh,
M314 motion tracker. I imagine
great.
that's
Pretty
good.
useful.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty useful.
Okay.
I got a personal medkit. I'm a colonial marshal with no weapons.
Maybe handcuffs?
Just I have a stun button only. So okay, so performance. How well did you do in your job? Make a skill test against a career skill of your choice. Choose any. You have to choose any of the career skills. Any of the career skills pointed to your career.
Oh, I'm unemployed.
What? I don't understand. Sorry.
So now you will do how you perform during your job. So you have to choose any of these skills
Yeah.
and roll it.
Okay. All right. So,
So for you, either contact, observation, or survival.
okay, so Comtech. So I have 4 in wits and I have 3 in Comtech, right?
Yeah, so 7.
2 successes, finally.
So if you got 2 or more successes, you have performed very well. Roll on a d6 table to check which favor that you get.
Oh, okay, so that's how the favor goes. Okay, so now I rolled d6.
Did that too and got a bonus paycheck.
Okay, so I rolled a 4, so I'm a specialist training program. And it says I gain 1 point in a random career skill. But I still owe someone a favor. Man, I'm in debt, man. Oh, favors.
I rolled 0 successes,
Did you
so
get
I
sacked
have
like me? I got sacked when I rolled nothing.
I will roll on my disaster. See what I will have done.
Oh, wow.
Someone died,
Oof.
and you are blamed. Branded a Jonah. No one will work with someone cursed with ill fortune.
That's awesome.
And I get a -1 on my psych evaluation. And anyone who got 2 successes, he will get +1 on his
Favor.
eval.
Okay,
We
so
didn't roll for our paycheck.
okay,
So
so
we
hold
need
on,
to roll
hold
a
on, hold on. I'm still
Mhm.
figuring this out. So
Yeah.
my brain my brain is in backwards gear. Okay, so I gain 1 point in a random career skill. So I have to choose I have to roll the D3 for
Yeah.
scientist, right?
The, no, random career skill. Sorry, random career
It's
skills.
yeah, random career skill.
Okay, so career skills. Then it's one
Scientist.
of the 3.
Well,
Yeah.
Okay. So I rolled a 3, so it's observation.
Mm.
Okay. I got that marked. All right. So money.
A d6 in for your career as well.
Yep.
So for me, it's 100. I only have $100.
Okay, so I rolled a 5, which gives me 5 times 150.
Mm.
Anybody good at math?
Yeah.
750.
5. Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then you will randomly roll for a career if you finish your first performance.
I'm just going to stick to, I think we stick to 1 just to.
I'll say so. Talent, gain 1 random talent, and that's from your
from your talents.
talents.
So
Okay. So
so
on
you need to
page
roll this 39.
Okay, so
Yeah, you need
2.
to roll a 2 the breakthrough. Once per game session, you automatically succeeded with an observation rule of your choice, without the need to making the roll.
No. 2 2 as in an analysis observation. I rolled a D3 and I got a 1.
Okay, 2.
Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
And 1 gear roll, right?
And 1 gear roll, yeah. So what talent did you get?
I got full throttle.
Yeah, pedal to the metal.
Yeah.
That's because you did so well in your job.
And then the gear.
I suck at my job. Let me check my talents. 4, so it's investigator.
Can you go back to
Sure, the pilot? Sure.
pilot and check what My number 2 was for gear. Uplink terminals.
How will you move with uplink terminal? Okay.
So do we get another roll for gear? Because I've got 2 already. I've rolled twice.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
you might got a bonus during your career.
okay. Oh, okay. So I get a
So,
another personal data transmitter?
And you reroll.
Oh, I
When you
reroll.
reroll.
2. A Sieg Sun PDAT.
I got a shotgun.
Yay.
That's why I killed
Yay.
someone.
Finally.
Mm.
Maybe that's why you failed your career, Dido, is
Yeah.
because you didn't have a
Yeah.
gun.
Yeah. I let
Maybe you're a
someone die because I
pacifist.
didn't have a gun. Yeah.
Pacifist Marshal. Okay, so where are we now
Hmm.
in this magical tour?
Rory, your paycheck once more.
Yep. Done.
I got 750.
Oh.
We only do it once, right?
Twice.
Oh, twice.
you get your first paycheck when you're hired, and then you get one during your
Okay.
career.
All right. So I've got $1,500 credits.
So
Okay. Do you want to have another term, or do you want to go to the psych evaluation?
one more turn, I think.
Oh, you one more turn. Okay. Wow.
If you will go for another term, you need to subtract one of your attributes.
Yep. Done.
Oh, wow. Okay, so I'm going to hold off on that one. John, you're crazy.
How, if I'm hired, I don't need to.
No, you just carry on in the same career.
With posting. So I rolled a 6 for my posting.
I will get it for you.
Pilot.
You're a chauffeur?
Chauffeur.
You're a chauffeur.
Yeah. After nobody wanted to work with me, I went to a backwater posting. There is nothing to investigate here. Waste of time.
You really have bad luck, don't you?
Yeah.
You didn't roll twice, right, Bruce?
No, I'm going to stay. I got sacked at my job, so I think it's safe to say I will not
have another term. Yeah.
I owe somebody.
Basically, you could, because I'm probably sacked from that colonial marshal's area, and I have to go to another area because of it. And it just says he's a guy who just constantly gets fired. But because he is pretty much into it. But I think because they say negligence or something, and one of the items I rolled up was never sleep doses. I think he's a bit of an addict because he's addicted to, because he can't sleep because he's got this bad memory.
Oh.
But I rolled up something completely different earlier, and I'm a bit questionable about it. So the previous one I wrote up was somebody from the Free World Empires.
Okay.
Who came from he was a war zone refugee, and they rose up in the company of a rival or bitter enemy. But their experience was being a plaything of a rich dignitary or organization executive. And the life event was I read The Space Beast, which is the book that tells you about the things you shouldn't know about. So yeah. So you became a company man for Wayland Yutani.
That's very cool.
He was part of
when you did your first career term, your posting, did you roll 1 point in a random career skill in your first term
I did. Oh yeah.
I did.
for the others?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I didn't actually.
You will do it every time you're posted.
So
So it's a
right.
pilot, ranged, or Comtech.
So then a new talent, I guess, for every career.
Yeah.
And gear and paycheck.
Mm.
And I got a bonus gear too.
Nice.
Okay, so
I like the explanation of doing another term is that you become worn by the extra time you serve, older and weather beaten.
Mm.
And then I guess the last thing is the psych evaluation,
yes.
a cognitive stability test. It has something that looks into your eye, I bet.
Mm. So do you want the gear, John?
Yep. A gear and a talent. So the talent was like the back of your hand. And the gear was a hand radio. And I'll roll for a name.
For no. Yep. Okay, so your gear, your paycheck first.
Yep, I'm done with everything. I'm just the psych evaluation left, I think.
Yes, the psych evaluation now. Roll a 2d6 and add any modifier that you gain during your life path. So any positive or negative,
Yep, I
you
got
add
the
it.
6.
I got a 5 minus 1. So you got a 6. You have
Mild trauma.
mild trauma. Did you add any
I'll
positive or
roll 8 and subtracted 2.
But
See, I got a 10.
But you already had positive because you got 2 successes, or it wasn't you, John?
Oh, should I add successes from somewhere?
No. I guess in one of your performance you rolled 2 successes, right?
Yep.
So you have a
And if you,
+1 on
yeah,
the
That's
if you get
right.
that,
I did
yeah,
it twice, so I got 8 then. Right, that's true. I didn't. I missed that. So then I'm just normal then.
Yeah, I'm
Because
well
every time
balanced.
you did in your career terms, if you rolled 1 and 2 successes on your performance, you gain. I failed, so I got a minus.
Okay, so I gained. I got 2. So I don't think it affects me because I rolled a 7. Yeah, so I'm well balanced. Good worker.
I rolled a 5 and I have a minus. So yeah, it's very fitting because I have a nightmare, distressive output and temperament and self-pitying because I was the reason somebody was killed.
Makes sense. So if you fail your career, do you get a minus for your psych evaluation?
If you failed your
Because I kind of
performance,
pushed it, right? I
no,
failed my performance and then
you cannot push your
I didn't
performance.
push it, but I pulled the
Pull the
fast
fast
one.
one.
Yeah.
But first one, it doesn't give you a
No,
negative
it's
on
just
your
a
start.
backstory.
Okay, it's
It
just the
just
backstory.
allows you to go into
Okay.
your thing you want to get into.
Okay,
To say,
all right.
I want to be a scientist, but I didn't
Regardless.
pass the role, so I need to
Yeah.
make up a story how I'm doing as a
Okay.
scientist.
All right. Nice. I think that's it, isn't it?
So yeah, then your name, your appearance, your personal agenda, your signature item, buddies, and rival.
Well, I always like
Yeah.
rolling D6 twice for my name, and I am Drew Torrance.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Let me get.
Grain Turner.
Novak.
Yeah. Okay.
Might as well. Might as well.
Might as well, yeah. Gear.
That suspect's a head. Now he's
Signature
got
item.
no head.
Mm.
Oh, we do roll. We still roll on our signature item, right?
If you wish, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
If you
If
want
you
to.
wish. I think the idea for the life path is to try and encourage personal story. It's trying to get you away from this because it's quite dry, especially if you've been running like a lot of one shots. I think the idea of the life path is to give you inspiration.
My appearance is XX. I'm lucky it wasn't 3X, then I guess XXX. Oh, I roll again.
I have overworked eyes,
I have
delirium.
arrogant walk.
I must have glasses. I must. And I got blackmail letters, which makes absolute sense for somebody who in each stage owed somebody. So in each stage I owed someone, so I certainly have a huge backstory. That
Nice.
it took us about 40 minutes for the four of us to kind of go through it, starting from scratch, and at least two of us not knowing what we were doing.
Yeah.
That was, I mean, that's not that long if you think about it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
it certainly was fun.
I really liked. Yeah, I really liked it. I don't know if once, like Bruce said, once you're sacked, can you change your career, or you're just stuck with your with
That
you
would be a
cannot.
good. There's nothing that indicates what happens if you're sacked.
No, I think it's just up to you. I can carry on this career, but what would happen is in that big colony, I don't work for them. I've lost the job. So what happens is I go to another one and carry on.
And
But
they
will just
and
take,
they all.
yeah,
It's a story thing, right?
yeah. That's what Life Path is kind of meant to be. It's to give you a prompt for a story.
So, what's your scores in the attribute? I have 4 in strength, 3 in wits, 2 in empathy, and 4 in agility.
I have 3 in strength, 3 in agility, 4 in wits, and 4 in empathy.
I have 4 in strength, 4 agility, 2 wits, and 3 empathy.
So your HP is your strength.
What?
Yes, your HP
Excellent.
is
I've got 2 in my
Your
HP.
Your HP is your strength?
Yes, as far as the old rule was. Let me check the new rules because I don't want to.
3. This is like Vaesen.
Väsen.
Person. We have
yeah.
the correct pronunciation.
If you
of
say it
the
three, if
script
you
one.
say it 3 times in a row, it appears. They
Mm.
appear.
Where is it? Health. Not healthcare. We don't care about healthcare.
I do.
There's no healthcare in Alien Universe.
I'm the healer. I have
Will
I
and
have
you
2
tell
in
me.
healing. It's not going to help, but I feel better.
Your starting maximum health equals your strength plus. Okay, they changed it.
Okay, good.
Your yeah, they changed it. Your starting maximum health equals your strength plus agility score divided by 2.
Right.
So
Divided
That's
by
oh.
2.
still 3.
It's 1 point more than.
Yeah.
I still got 3.
Strength plus agility divided by 2. I'm 4.
Me too.
Because you round up, right?
You round up. Yeah, round fraction up. So I have 4 in strength and 4 in agility, so 8. So 8 divided by 2, 4. Yeah.
And resolve.
Resolve is your wits plus your empathy divided by 2.
So mine is
3.
definitely 4.
Yeah.
5. So minus 3. I'm good. Okay, my character is good.
What's the encumbrance? Is it just your strength, or is it strength times 2, or
Let me check because maybe encumbrance. You carry a number of regular sized item equal to your double your strength rating without problem.
okay, so it's double. Yeah. I like the fact that the system is consistent. Like, I could predict that it would be double what the strength is, so I like that.
But good that they changed the character HP, because like I said in the old rules it was it was only your strength score.
Check. I thought it was split, but then maybe thinking of Blade Runner.
Let me
Bruce,
check also.
yours went up, right? Because you had a 2 and a 3? Or no,
2 and a 4.
2 and a 4. Okay.
Okay, health. Okay. Okay. You start the game with a number of health points equal to your strength score. So the old rules
No.
was straight your strength.
Hmm.
Now they change it to your strength plus agility, which is
It's
better. Yeah.
slightly, I guess. For Bruce, it certainly helped him because he went up by 1. I stayed the same.
I stayed the same because my agility was the same as strength. So yeah.
I guess if
But
you
it
had
gave you big.
you're either going to get a
Because your
3 or a
minimum.
4, right?
Unless you got 2 2s for really bad reasons.
Yeah.
So your minimum health will be 2. Anyway, health doesn't matter because alien role is quite brutal. You can die in one shot. The xenomorphs are quite brutal, yeah.
Can you, like, in the game, can you kill a xenomorph?
Yeah, quite easy. Or a couple of. I was playing this game. They got a shotgun and they blew the alien apart because I rolled suck with the alien. The alien would not roll any armor correctly. So yeah, they destroyed the alien in just one round of combat. Yeah, and because I don't want to spoil it for you. There's something when you hit the alien, you have some repercussion that you have to deal with it. And I don't know if they have it in the new rule as well. They're supposed to have it in new rule because this was quite exciting. And also I rolled miserably with it, so yeah, it was a easy journey for them.
I don't know. John, what did you think of the process?
I liked it.
Yeah.
It was not complicated, really. I think I got a fun character out of it.
Bruce, you've created now 2 characters with the life path system, and you have played it before and run it. So what do you think?
I'm always questionable about life path in the games because what I notice in there, you don't get to really choose some stories that might fit something as you come along in that one. So I think that's one of the things that's missing in that. It could do with some clarity on a couple of bits because I don't know if we've ran it right looking back. But yeah, it's an odd one. But I can see what they're doing with it. It enhances a background to the story. It makes it like we've been playing Alien for that, and now we can create these interesting backgrounds for these characters. Yeah, I see that's the
Romulus.
takes. Yeah.
See, when I look at that picture, I really do. No, joking aside, I think of Blade Runner.
Blade Runner. Yeah.
And I don't know
No,
what it is about it, but it just gives me more of that feel than an Alien feel. But
see, I don't say that. I would still say that's an Alien feel, the or Blade Runner one, and the reason being, from what I've been reading, Blade Runner would be more busier on that street. There would be less of the towers. It would be bright neon lights of it that would illuminate because it's all artificial lighting.
you'd certainly have
That's
different
from the film
clothing.
because I've seen Romulus,
Yeah.
and that's what I get. It's got the Wayland Yutani logo in the back.
Yeah. In 2 places.
It is skimpy,
3.
yeah, it's skimpy around,
But they've got it
and
also
it
over
doesn't have
there.
the
Yeah.
graffiti.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah, it doesn't have the graffiti, which would
No.
make it Blade Runner.
Yeah.
I think if you had that street level, there would be a lot of graffiti on there, especially the Chinese lettering.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Because there was a scene in Romulus that really captured this picture, so it's
Yeah,
it really
I
had
will.
the Romulus vibe.
Yeah, I forget the scene. I saw Romulus, but I forget the scene for some reason.
The first thing when the two
Yeah.
brothers and sisters were trying to get out of the credit or something like that.
Dito, what do you think?
I liked the life path. I always enjoy rolling a life path, and will give, like Bruce said, something in the background of the character, gave it a little bit more of depth.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
yeah,
even if you end up dying quickly, at least you felt good
you
about
can roll.
making your character.
Yeah.
Well,
Yes, it's almost like you don't want to play the game because you don't want to lose your nice character you just created.
Playing the wrong game.
Yeah.
so
Can you imagine a life path in Merc Bori?
Yeah.
now
You spend 2 hours creating a fabulous
didn't work.
character, and then you got an
He's got a family. He's got a pet dog. Oh, look, he's got a little duckling. Everything. Right, where are we going today, lads? Oh.
so what's the? I mean, so there's the campaign, and then there's the cinematic, and the campaign. How do you keep characters alive long enough to play a campaign? Don't get into trouble, I guess.
I think the only campaign one I've come across that's worth seeing is
Colony.
the Building Better
Right?
Worlds Colony,
Mhm.
because you're building a story. It's kind of like almost like a version of the Quiet Year or something. You know this doom's eventually going to hit this colony, but you're building up a story of it. A campaign. The one thing I was toying around with, I think you could do a couple of campaign ideas, but they don't explore it in there. I think one of the things they could do is a series of stories that take you to various parts in the alien world, because the big challenge it has is you're either stuck on a world that you want to get off and some big bad happens. You're either doing the space trucking, but the big thing about the space trucking is you don't really own your ship. Most of the ships are owned by independent people. They're on lease
Mm.
or somebody has them. But there's a third one I would like them to explore, or I think it might be worth clubbing together as an idea. Because Alien takes from a period of the Cold War, there's an obviously idea of the conspiracies, because there's a whole big covering up the xenomorphs. I think there would be a thing from that, because a lot of the books, if you ever listen to any of the audio stuff, the books, even the ending of the first films, there's a message left, and there's always a group that somehow somewhat survive, and they're supposed to go away and go and stop it, but we never hear these stories. So it feels like that should be a thing for the alien, that you're going after it. You're not going after. You can't stop entirely with Yutani. You can stop this small subdivision before it creates a bigger problem. The truth is out there, sort of thing.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Oh,
Very
well.
cool.
Well, that was awesome.
Yeah. Thank you.
Nice.
So now
Okay,
it's
this is the normal characterization.
okay, so that's the
Yeah.
normal, and that's more for
Mm.
cinematic, right?
Well, I mean, you've got the campaign clay down at the bottom.
Mm.
You've got the Colonial Marines as well, but I kind of find the Colonial Marines a bit. It's a
Warhammer.
But
really a one-shot thing to
Mm.
me.
like I said, the more suitable campaign is probably the colony. That is the most effective play to play Alien as a campaign. Maybe you can do something as a mini campaign, 3 or 4 one shots, but definitely Alien the Colony was the better suited one. When I first saw it, when they would play Bruce and Matthew and Dave, it was very good because it was not West March type of play, but each week there's different groups playing.
So a different
So
focus, a different group, different characters coming in and out.
yeah, as far as I remember, that was the situation. Yeah.
I haven't listened to it or watched. Is it
Yeah, it
a
would.
podcast or is it a video?
No, it's you'll find it on both the podcast and you will find it on the Effekt YouTube as well.
Hmm.
I'm out to lunch. I never watched it. I'm gonna have to now.
Cool.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks
No, thank
everybody.
you.
It
Great.
was
Thank you.
nice. We were gonna play. We were hoping to play Dragon Bane, but things fell through as they do, and this was nice
Yeah.
to be able to get together and just chat about this.
Looking
So
forward to
you.
play this character, Dido or Bruce
Yes.
or
yeah, no, it won't
Douglas.
be me, but somebody needs to look through these rules and scour through them and bring it. We know that it will come to an end pretty quickly, given our
Yeah.
roles.
I think the one that you need to look at is the new cinematic.
Mm.
I think that's the one I need to have a look at because that's the one that's curious to me.
The Crisis Protocol, or what was the name?
Yeah,
Can't remember. Something protocol on can't remember it.
Raptor Protocol, I
Yeah.
think.
Yes. Yeah.
yeah, because it's based from the latest movie, Romulus.
Okay. But the
Well,
problem
it's
with
taken from Romulus because when Romulus was, I think there was stuff, and it's the chap who did I forgot his name, but he did Pressure and
oh yeah, Jonathan Hicks.
yeah, that's
Oh.
that's what it is. So yeah.
All right. Well,
Cool.
I guess maybe on Tuesday we'll have a game for just some of us, and maybe we'll get back to a regular routine of everything. So
Yeah, it's been
Yeah, cool.
really
it's been a
big gap
month.
between
It's
the
been a
games.
huge gap. So
So looking forward to get back a little bit
absolutely.
routine.
Yeah.
Yeah, my Egyptian Dragonbane has been on hiatus for 5 months now. I cannot get the players to get together.
It was Dito said it was a while ago. He said he hadn't played for a long time because of work. I think it was maybe it was the fall, and he said
Hmm.
not playing makes Dito something
Something.
something. I'll never forget that. It was like, yeah.
Oh.
So I haven't played anything online since Frank's last game on that Thursday a month ago. So
Yeah.
it's just been one thing after another. It was Easter and people were away, and then I was hoping to play last week, but I picked up a car.
Yeah, cool.
So that was cool. Now I understand when people buy cars, they say, "Oh, I can't afford to back anything on Kickstarter anymore." So I hope there isn't anything good, because I won't be able to. I can't. My wife and I were like, "Okay, we're gonna have to reduce this and reduce that. At least it's an EV, so we won't need to buy gas. So that's good. So that will save us, and no oil or anything like that. Basically it's like driving around in one of those electric cars, like the electric remote control cars. It's just a big massive battery that weighs a ton, and then wheels and this teeny tiny little motor. But yeah, it's fun. So tomorrow, I'm hoping to play with Dido and John. We're hoping that we're gonna play
Deathmatch Island.
Deathmatch Island. Yeah, I'm all prepared. I got it all done, so hopefully that will be on my channel tomorrow. So
Great.
I
yeah,
have the characters ready.
yeah. Get your
Almost ready,
character
but
sheets
yeah.
out. Look at what you're, and we have to upscale you because there's going to be a conversation on the way to this new island. Thanks, Bruce, for joining us. Matt was just sunk in with too much stuff that he had to deal with, so he couldn't join us tonight. So he sends his regrets.
That's great.
I'm
All right.
nearing 500,000 subscribers on my Deathmatch Island.
Oh,
500,000.
500.
500,000.
Very
I
nice.
guess.
500.
Yeah, it's actually 490,000. Yeah.
Oh, you okay? So you did get to 490,000. You get a nickname.
Yeah.
He's gonna get a nickname. I have one character in my game with the kids, and his
still
character
not.
is based on James Bond and the Jaws character. His character he rolled up a parachuter, and in one of the scenes he described himself biting through the electrical cord, And so we called him Jaws, and so he was the
Okay.
fastest to reach 400,000 followers. And so yeah, and all of the characters that my kids play, they're in this next island. And
Nice.
there's separate little like things that happen to them are actually mentioned. So it's going to be very cool. All right. Take care, everybody. Have a great night.
Yeah, bye.
Thank you, everyone.
See ya. Thanks, Bruce. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
See ya.